You ever love someone who doesn't love you back, but convince yourself that they do this because the alternative hurts too much? That's Stolas. He calls it love, but it's not. It's dependency. What's up, guys? I'm your host Ari, and today we're breaking down why Helluva Boss's Stolas isn't a hopeless romantic. He's using love to fill a hole that never stops growing. From the start, Stolas is everything Blitzo isn't. He's rich, noble, powerful, but he's also empty. He lives in a castle surrounded by everything except connection. And then Blitzo walks in. Loud, messy, alive. He's not supposed to matter at all, but suddenly he's the only thing that does. So Stolas confuses that feeling, adrenaline, attention, chaos, for love. Because when you're starving for affection, even crumbs feel like a feast. So here's the question. If love needs to be earned, is it still love? Basically, he's got the emotional diet of a raccoon. Starving, desperate, and eating whatever looks shiny. At first it looks romantic. He dotes Blitzo, he flirts, sings, calls him my Blitzy, but every gesture has strings attached. He gives access to power, protection, privilege, and in exchange, he gets attention. That's not love, that's a contract. And Stolas is terrified of what happens when it ends. Because if Blitzo stops answering, Stolas isn't just alone, he's meaningless again. So he keeps overgiving, overpraising, overtexting, not to express love, but to avoid the silence. But the scariest thing about love isn't losing it, it's realizing you never had it. He's basically the guy who buys a whole friendship with a Starbucks gift card. The tragedy is, Stolas has all the power, but none of the control. He could destroy kingdoms, but he can't make Blitzo care. And that imbalance is what traps him. He doesn't want Blitzo as an equal. He wants Blitzo as proof he's lovable, because real love means vulnerability. And Stolas doesn't know how to be vulnerable without paying for it. What if the power dynamic isn't about dominance? It's about insecurity dressed as confidence. Stolas is like, I may command legions of demons, but I can't command a text back. And here's where it gets dark, because Blitzo isn't just Stolas' obsession, he's his reflection. Both of them use people to fill the same void. Blitzo uses sex and sarcasm, and Stolas uses romance and power. They're both chasing validation through performance. They do it just on opposite sides of the class divide. So when they collide, it's not passion, it's two broken beings' mistaken need for love. What if love isn't finding your other half, it's just realizing you were never whole? These two don't need couples therapy. They need separate therapists who compare notes, basically. Here's the truth. Stolas isn't cruel. He's terrified. He calls Blitzo mine not because he owns him, but because he's afraid no one will ever stay. And that fear turns love into addiction. He doesn't want to lose Blitzo. He wants to lose the version of himself that only exists when Blitzo's around. That's not romance, that's dependency dressed in feathers and poetry. Because love says, I see you. Dependency says, don't leave. And Stolas cannot tell the difference anymore. He's basically a walking Hallmark card written by Freud. So yeah, Stolas' exception with Blitzo isn't love, it's dependency. It's what happens when loneliness gets smart enough to use the word love to justify itself. But that's what makes it so human, because even demons want to feel wanted. Even monsters want to believe it means something. And maybe that's the saddest truth about Helluva Boss. It's not about hell, it's about the people who built their own. I'm Ari, and this one hurts because we've all called obsession love at least once in our lives.